Hello guys, it's Uncle Agro here again, and today I'm gonna show you how to import the Blender model you made into Unity and to VRChat. Now this is just gonna be a basic tutorial on how to get your model to VRChat. We're not gonna add any dynamic bones or custom animations. That's gonna be a different tutorial later. Also, we'll be using the SDK2 instead of the SDK3. As far as I know, the process is still the same. There's just a few updated things regarding animations and expressions and stuff. So maybe we'll cover that later in another tutorial. But in this one, we're just gonna do the basic process. So let's get right into it. All right, here we are. Now, obviously, to make this, you need to have a few things, and those are the VRChat SDK, Unity, and some shaders. Now, you get the VRChat SDK from their official website. You need to have an account. You log in, you go to download, and this should pop up. Now, it already tells you can't mix and match SDK2 and 3. So just decide whichever you want to use and stick with that. We are gonna go with the SDK2, so just click on there and download it. Now, if you click on download Unity, it should open up a document here, and it strongly recommends using Unity Hub to download the version of Unity that you're gonna use. And the correct version of Unity that the VRChat SDK supports is 2018.4.20. So we are gonna go to Unity's website and download Unity Hub right there. And you're gonna install it. And inside Unity Hub, we are going to install our, Unity. And I'm gonna show you how that works. So once you've installed Unity Hub, just open it up. And it should look something like this. Your projects should be empty, and you're gonna go to installs, and over here you click on add, and over here it should say 2018.4.27 F1. Just click on that and download it, and it should pop up over here. Now you can start your Unity project. You go over here and click new, or you can click the arrow next to it. Make sure you check the right version of Unity if you have multiple. 3D is fine. Let's call this whatever you want. Tutorial. Oh, that's already there. Tutorial VRChat. There we go. Click on create. And that should take a little while to set up. So we still need the shaders. I use two different kinds of shaders. Usually for skin and hair and stuff, I use Poyomi's Toon Shader. So I can go ahead and download the Unity package. And for clothes, I use No Shader. I'm gonna link these all in the description. You scroll all the way down and click the Google Drive link. Download it. Now hopefully our Unity will be opened soon enough. It will take quite a while to set this up, since we need to import all the stuff. The SDK, the shaders, our model. Here we go. This is what Unity looks like. It's quite taunting, but don't worry, we're gonna make it easy for you. Now the first thing I would probably do is just import all the things. I already have everything in one place here. So firstly, let's install the SDK that you downloaded. It should say something like SDK2 and a date, the Unity package. Just double click on that. Everything should import nicely. Make sure everything is selected. Perfect. Import. And now we wait. And there we go. The SDK is imported. It will take a little while. you should have a tab or a drop down menu up here called VRChat SDK. That's how you know it's important. You can click on Show Control Panel, and this window should appear. Now here you can just sign in if you already have the rights to upload, but I will cover that a little bit later. Now the next thing we do is import the shaders. So find the Poyomi and Nono shaders and do the same thing. Just double click, click on them, and it should start importing them. I'll just do this for the both of the shaders. And there we go. Now you have your shaders imported. Now this little window will pop up. We don't really have to worry about this, or at least I never do. You can close that. You can find it again from the Try drop down menu down here if you ever need it. Now the thing we need to do obviously is import our model. Now to do that, we're gonna go over here behind me and click on Project, and this should pop up. This is your assets folder. Now what I like to do is make another folder inside it. Just call it something like avatar, or the name of your character, your avatar. And inside of this we are gonna import our model. So just find the model you made in Blender. Mine's right here, called tutorial, and just drag and drop that right in there and wait for it to import. Once we've imported the model, we need to do a few things in order to look proper, and then we can start to edit the textures and materials and stuff. And there we go. Now your model should be down here, and what you can do is you can drag it onto the left here, and it should appear on this window here. Now you might be thinking this doesn't look quite right, and you would be right. Everything looks gray because for some reason Unity doesn't import textures and materials properly. So we're gonna fix that. You want to click on your model down here, and on the right you're gonna go to the materials tab, and all your materials are there, but it says none. So we're gonna fix that. We're gonna click location, use external materials legacy, naming from models materials, so the names will correspond to the ones you made in Blender. And search, we're gonna put local materials folder. That way it'll create all the folders next to the model. If you have multiple folders for multiple avatars, this should become handy. And then just click apply. Now the majority of things you will be doing in Unity is waiting, because for some reason the version of Unity that VRChat uses is really slow, at least on my PC. But just stick with it, you'll be fine. And there we go, that already looks a lot better, but still not quite right. So what you want to do is you can either go over here and click on the little arrow, go to body, and over here you see all your materials and the shader. Now you can change these individually, or you can go to the materials folder that it created, and here's your materials again. And now what I like to do is firstly click on all the body materials that you have, which would be all of these. And now over here on the right you can change the shader for multiple materials. Now since these are all the skin layers, we're gonna use the Poyomi shader for this. So click on the thing, and over here you'll see Poyomi, We're gonna take Tune, Advanced, and Cutout. And there we go, that's a little bit better. Now you can change the settings over here, or you can do it individually. But what I like to do is just turn this basic emission up a little bit. Let's just get right into her face. We're gonna fix the other stuff later. I think the best part for me was 0.39, but you need to play around with that and find out what works for you the best. Well, there we go. And then we're gonna pick all the clothing, which would be all of that. And for these, I like to use the no shader. So click on shader, and you click no, tune shader, tune opaque. And that should already look a lot better. Now you can change these again however you feel like. I usually don't really mess with them that much. You can try the other shaders as well if you can find something you like better. But we're just gonna go with that for now. That looks pretty decent. The tail should probably be a little bit brighter. I mean darker. That looks a little bit better. Yes, sir. Now, like I said, you can play around with the shaders as much as you like. The Poyomi shaders are quite extensive. You can have pretty much anything. For an example, I think I'm gonna add some glitter effects on the eyes. So I clicked on my eye material here, and I can go to special effects, glitter, make sure that's selected, and there we go. There's already some glittering effects going on. Now you can change these. I'm gonna change the color a little bit, make it something a little bit yellowish, and there you go. Now you can change these however you like. This is all pretty much just personal taste, however you want it to look. Maybe we can add some glow in there. Maybe we'll add some rim light. And there we go, we'll change the color of that. Maybe make it inverted. That looks pretty good. The width. Sharpness, I like to turn that all the way down. That looks pretty nice. Maybe we'll mess with the hair a little bit. Shadows. Gonna add some anime shadows. Something like that. That already looks a lot better. And there we go. That looks adequate. Maybe I'll change the there we go. Let's make it a little bit brighter. That looks acceptable, I think. Yes, sir. Now the next step is to actually rig this up so it works in VRChat. So you can go back or click on your model over here. Actually, you need to go back to your avatar folder and click on your model down here. Go to rig, animation type, change that to humanoid if your character is humanoid, and leave everything as it is and just click apply. And there we go. Once it's done doing its thing, you need to click on configure and save. Now this thing pops up. Hopefully if you modeled your character correctly or imported it correctly, everything should be quite fine, except mine's missing the chest bone over here. Good thing my model has it, so you can just drag and drop it where it belongs. Now another thing that's important is in the head. For some reason it doesn't understand the jawbone. Mine's mapped to the classes, which are inside her head, and we don't want that. You want this to be empty on VRChat models, so you just click on it and delete. It should say none. And there we go. Make sure everything else looks about fine. We don't need the upper chest. Right shoulder, yeah, everything should be quite fine. And then you just click apply. And then we're done. And there we go. Now, the next thing we need to do is click on your avatar over here on the left. And we're ready to add the component that will make your avatar work with VRChat. So we're going to click on add component and VRC avatar descriptor. There we go. Click on that and this shit pops up. Now for this, you see a little gray ball pops up. That's going to be your first person camera. So you want that to be roughly between your eyes. First of all, this other stuff we need to fix here. Now this is also a great way to adjust the height of your avatar. And that should be around here. These are always in meters. The Y value determines the height. Now the ball is now at 1.6 meters and I want my character to be around, I don't know, let's say 1.5. Now we need to change the actual height of the avatar, so that's under scale. And we're gonna change that to 0.8 now, 0.9, 0.956. That's probably pretty good. That's roughly it, maybe 0.5. Yeah, there we go. Just play around with this and find what numbers work for your avatar, and then just copy this value forward to the X and Z value. Now that should make your avatar look normal again. You're not stretched out. Now just fix the camera value again so that the ball is between your eyes. So 1.4, maybe 3.89. That's pretty good. And the Z values have determined the depth, so 1.1. Oh man, that is perfect. That is exactly where we want that. Perfect, beautiful. And now we're gonna change the default animation set to female because it's a female character. Leave it at male if your character is a male. Now for the lip sync, you just click on auto detect and it should already find all your visemes for the mouth that you want. And then we're gonna need a animator so the animations work. You can search for custom override. It should be over here. You can press Ctrl D to duplicate that and bring the duplicate that you just made. Just drag it into the avatar folder on the left. And it should be over here. Now for the sake of clarity, we're gonna rename this to something else. Let's just call this tutorial, or whatever. Now, this is where you're going to change your custom animations if you're going to do that, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going to do a separate tutorial about that. Click on your model on the left and just drag and drop this to the animator up here on the controller. And there you go. And do the same with the avatar descriptor on the custom standing anims. If you have different animations for your sitting poses, then you can just change that here. I usually don't do that. I like the normal animations. And there we go. That should be most of it. You can click on the play button and see if your character is actually animated. There you go. That is the customs, I mean the idle animation. And that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. And there you go. Now your avatar should be ready for upload. Now what you want to do is open up the control panel from the SDK dropdown, and we're gonna go back to this window over here. Just sign in, and you're gonna go to Builder, and all this stuff pops up. Now usually you don't have to worry about most of these. You can go around and auto fix most of this stuff. Usually that fixes it. Just click on auto fix. Custom shaders. Yeah. That is fine. Iris hair. Okay, we're not gonna fix that. The angle between the pelvis, we don't have to worry about that. That's only a problem if you're gonna have full body tracking. Now, there we go. Overall performance medium. If we're gonna add dynamic bones and animations and stuff, this will probably say poor or very poor. Now you don't really have to worry about that unless you're making a avatar that works with the Oculus Quest and Android stuff. Those need to be optimized, but for PC it's fine. You can have these. However, now then we're gonna click on build and publish for Windows. Alright, now this kind of window should pop up. And over here you're just gonna give your avatar a name. We're gonna call this one tutorial again. You can add a description if you want. Over here on the sharing part, you can choose private or public depending on what kind of avatar you're making. This one's gonna be just for me, so I'll set it to private. Now over here you can change the thumbnail of the avatar you want. If you want to change the pose of that, you're gonna go over here and click on scene again. So you get back to this and you just move this camera around to wherever you want. Maybe bring it a little closer. Maybe we can rotate that a little bit. That looks pretty good. Now just click back on game, and there you go. It should look a lot better. Now the last thing you want to do is just tap here so you have understanding of the rules and stuff, and then just click upload. And now we pray to the VR gods that your avatar uploads correctly. It should if you did everything correctly. Don't stress too much about it. And there you go. Congratulations, your avatar is uploaded. Now let's see how that works in game. Okay, here we are in VRChat, and let's test how our avatar works. So open up your menu, go to avatar, and there it should be under my creations. Just click on that and change. And there we go, there's our avatar. Everything seems to work pretty good. There's some clipping going on, but that's That's because I made the sleeves too big and the idle animation is the default one. Make sure everything works. There you go. Everything looks pretty good. There's no major clipping going on. If there is, you can go back to Blender and fix all that good stuff. And there you go. Now, if something did go wrong, it doesn't look quite right, you can just go back to Unity and try and fix it. Fix the animation. Make sure the rigging works. Everything in the rigging part of your model is right. And all that. And you can just upload it again through the builder. It should override the older one. And that is it. And that is it, guys. I hope you found that helpful, informative. Leave some comments down below if you run into any problems. I'll try to help as best as I can. Make sure to follow me on the social medias, Twitter, Newgrounds. That's where I upload all my art. I stream on Twitch every now and then, some art and some gameplay. The next tutorial will be adding some dynamic bones, aka hair and boob physics, if you will. And I'm gonna make another one about the animations and how we're gonna add custom animations. And that's about it. I will see you in the next one. Bye.